Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, a lot of you has been wanting to me to do an ice video, so I don't know how well I'm gonna do, because with these crowns, my teeth is more sensitive than it used to be. So I'll do what I can, but I will say it has gotten a lot better. When I first got the crown put in, it was like if I ate like one piece of ice, it'd be like super sensitive. But now it's gotten a lot better. So let's see how much I can eat today. But yeah, you guys, so here it is. My first ice video after getting my crowns put in. Not veneers, but crowns. And so cheers, you guys. It's a really nice day outside. It's like in the mid 80s. So I'm on my back patio and I'm just chilling. It's really refreshing. Let the hot weather do its job and melt the ice a little bit. So this ice is softer than regular ice, like the ice out of your fridge, or certain restaurants, gas stations. So it makes it a little bit easier to eat. This and the QT ice, the good ice. It's a little bit easier for me to eat those. That one feels really good. And I have my scarf over my dress, so the wind doesn't blow it away. So it doesn't blow my skirt up. Not that you guys will be able to see, but my neighbors might be able to. So. But today I wanted to do a story time for you guys while I sip on my drink and eat my ice. It was actually one of my favorite stories about myself. So it was like when my husband and I, we were still 18. We just got married. And at that time I wasn't a US citizen. I was a green card holder, they're called permanent resident alien. So yes, that's what I was. I was not a citizen. My husband wasn't a citizen. And yes, you can join the military without being a U.S. citizen. And, my parents, they didn't get their citizenship until, of course, right when I turned 18, that's when they got it. And then I didn't qualify to get it under them anymore. So anyway, so my husband joined the military. He got sent to his first duty station was in Germany. So he is on orders to go over there, so he has to be there by a certain date, right? But for me, I couldn't go just with him because at that time, like I said, I wasn't a U.S. citizen, so I couldn't get my passport. And then at that, back then there was no internet, there was no Google, there was you couldn't ask anybody anything. You had to actually go to do your researches, go to the actual place and do your researches then. Ooh, life was hard back then, you guys. But so my husband, he's not a U.S. citizen, but he could go overseas because he's on military order. So, soldiers don't need their U.S. passport to get into the countries if they're on orders. All they got to do is show their military ID card, and that's how they get into the countries, right? Well, I didn't know that I needed a passport. Well, I sort of knew it, that I needed a passport, but, instead I went and got a re-entry permit. And all that that's good for is you have permission to come back into the United States. You know, it's not a passport, so you can't use that to get into another country. You can only use that to get back into the US, right? So, you know, my husband is already in Germany. We're like newlyweds. I miss him. I want to be with him. So I think he must have left for Germany like in November. And then a month has passed, and then I just said, forget it, I'm just gonna go. You know, sometimes it's good not to know too much, and sometimes it's good to just live off of your will, like your sheer will power. So I already have my military ID card because, you know, we did that before my husband left. And, you know, when you're in the military and your husband or spouse is being sent somewhere, you are authorized a plane ticket to go to that place. So I went to MWR back then and got my plane tickets through them for Germany. And so I had my plane ticket, but I didn't have no passport. And I only had my re-entry permit. So I was fearless. I was like, forget it, I'm gonna go. I don't care, this is all I have, I'm gonna go. And if the worst that could happen is I can't get to the country and they're just gonna send me back, right? So I got my plane tickets from MWR. And I flew to Germany because that's where my husband was at, and I wanted to be with him. So I got to Germany. I'm in the airport, and you know, of course, you have to go through customs and everything. And I didn't have my passport. I just went through customs, and you know, back then it was much easier to travel than how it is nowadays. There's not so many checkpoints, you know. I got out, I went to customs, I went and got my bags. Did I get my bags yet? I don't remember. I don't remember how it went. Did I get my bags first and then went to customs, or did I go to customs and then went and got my bag? I think I got my bags first. Anyway, all I did was when I went through customs, it was like a, I don't know, from I remember, it was just like a booth, and these two German soldiers, they were like at the booth, and I guess they were checking for passports or whatever, right? But I didn't have my passport, so all I did was show them my military ID card. I don't know why, like, it's so weird, right? I didn't show them my re-entry permit, I didn't show them my driver's license, I didn't show them my ID card. All I did was I showed them my military ID card, because you know, when you're a spouse or a dependent, you too get a military ID card. So I don't know if God was looking out for me, but those two soldiers, they looked at my ID card and they just let me on through, no questions asked. And I think it's because they probably thought I was like a active duty military personnel, which I wasn't. And I think it's because they, you know, didn't know the difference between a dependent's military ID card and a active duty military ID card. Back then, it did look very similar. Like, back then, if my memory serves me correctly, the active duty military ID card was like bluish green color, and then like the dependent, their ID card was exactly the same, except for it was like pinkish orange color. But you know, like, if you're not familiar with the military, then you can't really tell the difference. You won't know. And I'm thankful that those two, you know, I think they were soldiers. Those two German soldiers didn't know, and they let me through. So Yeah, I think, like I said, God was looking out for me. And I got through. And then my husband was on the other side waiting for me. But yeah, you guys, it's so crazy because, you know, I didn't know any better. I just knew that I wanted to be with my husband. And I traveled without a passport. I traveled without a visa. And none of that. It's like crazy. I could have been stuck in Germany. But thankfully I wasn't. But you know, like, I did that then, but there's no way that I would do that now. Truck. You see, I told you guys, my neighborhood is so noisy. Construction, people mowing their grass. But yeah, you guys, I was 18, dumb, didn't know any better, fearless, call it whatever you want to call it. But like I said, sometimes it's good not to know too much, because when you know too much, I feel like you fear too much. But it's like sometimes when you don't know anything, then you don't fear anything. Because like I said, nowadays there's no way I would travel without a passport or a visa or, you know, proper documentation. But let me hurry up and finish this drink because my neighbor is mowing his grass and he's gonna come back here pretty soon. That's definitely the craziest thing that I ever done for love. Ooh, my tongue is getting frozen. But yes, you guys, tell me what's the craziest thing you've ever done for love. It's actually not, since the ice is very soft, it's actually not that bad on my teeth. Now it's just that my tongue is getting frozen and I can't really talk properly. One more, because I think my neighbor is getting closer and closer. My tongue is frozen. Officially frozen. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, tell me your crazy love stories. I'd love to hear about it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.